Hello everyone and welcome to another TDR family gaming video. I am DroydTDR and today we are doing a Roblox dungeon quest. The new map just came out a day or two ago. This was one of my first successful runs through it. It's called the Canal and I did it with a trio. I did it with Semity, who you may have seen in some other videos and streams of ours. So I was Mage, Semity is Warrior, Monk Dog 102, who was playing the role of healer.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, of course we hit the first one. We're sort of testing out our skills. I've got Innervate, and I'm doing the Mage dance there, and Semity just takes everyone out with the Fire Cyclone. And here we are with the second group. Waiting for Innervate to reload, waiting for the Illusion Blast to reload, and kaboom. We got them all. No problem at all. I was experimenting with different spells. I had just gotten Ice Spikes, and so wanted to try them out here. So with this boss, this is the first boss. Very excited. Ooh, nice. Ice Spikes there. This first boss, kind of crazy. Shoots a beam, then shoots several lines, then he's got a ghost. I don't know if you saw that, but there was a purple ghost that came and blew me up. Just ran right onto me and boom, done. So, tricky to see sometimes, that purple ghost. And you can see that him spawn out there. He just got Monk Dog right there. He spawns out in this twirly white column that comes out of the ground. But looks like we're probably very close to getting this boss all finished off. We've got Innervate and Ice Spike took him out at the very end. Now I'm going to switch back to Illusion Blast. And I think somebody's still using the Fire Cyclone, or switches back to the Fire Cyclone. And let's see how we do here. We got the shots from these guys that we avoided pretty handily. I think somebody was switching spells, so I was the first one through the door. Still waiting for my Illusion Blast to reload, but Fire Cyclone, boom, 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 boom. I think we take care of these guys, no problem at all. And I've already moved on to the second group. Now, part of the difficulty with the Canal is that these are really narrow areas, right? Just like real Venice or wherever you might see a canal, they're pretty narrow walkways. So, fairly tricky to use all these flying spells from the very nice and spacious Samurai Palace. And you'll see I just went right through that group of guys, and not very good idea when they've got swords, so I took a lot of damage doing that. Now the second boss up top of the stairs here, is somebody saying, oh, this boss should be a lot easier, because we were playing with a group of like 7 or 8 or 9 people before, and we just kept getting wrecked in this one because not everyone knew what was going on. So he does the red X's, then he does those red pulses, then he does the red X's, and then you can see the red sword going down on Semity, and you have to run into that safe zone in order for everyone else to be safe. If you have the red sword coming down on you and it hits you, everybody else takes a ton of damage and basically everyone dies. So now Semity sees, oh my gosh, I've got the sword over me, I better speed run over to that corner, because it's very difficult to get there in time. You might notice I'm standing sort of just a little off of the bridge. I found that it's a pretty good place to stand because it gets you fairly close to almost all of the safe zones, and also you don't have to move too much when the red X's show up. Now in this room, pretty standard Semity droid tactic. You have the Illusion Blast going on, and then you've got the Fire Cyclone swirling around it. It's obviously the technique that everyone uses in Samurai Palace. But a little harder to do here because it is so narrow. So in fact, I think Semity takes a bunch of damage getting even to the guys in this little alleyway here. But, we handily defeat them, and thank goodness Monk Dog is doing a fantastic job of healing, keeping us all alive, and I think we might die a couple of times. We did already once or twice with the ghost, but there's a couple stack hits later on that I think you'll see. Again, mostly because of the narrowness of the walkways here. So let's see how we're doing here. Yeah, Semity's feeling a little good, feeling like, hey, we could maybe do this on hardcore. I'm thinking, are you nuts? There's no way yet. So There we go. Semity's going up right after saying hardcore, and boom. down. And then I'm coming off here. I love this little step over ledge that you can fall down, but it also means that the guys can get trapped down there, and it can get tricky to get them. But it could mean that you dodge a hit. So both a plus and a minus on that one. We're going for this final one. I ran through another group that was just pure silliness. I'm not sure why I did that. But maybe I was just feeling like I wanted to prove that, no, we can't do Nightmare yet. Or Hardcore anyways. So now you turn the corner, we got to run up here. This is actually the last area before the boss, the final boss. And we've got 4 minutes left. This is actually pretty good. And so somebody's saying, okay, as soon as we get upgraded armor, maybe we could actually do this in Hardcore. Well, maybe with upgraded armor. So in this one, same tactic as per norm. Oh dear, and I just ran again right into a stack of guys. Typical droid. Doing well, not paying attention, and boom. Oops. But then we go through, somebody finishes them off, even with that spread of shots from, I'm not sure what they are, the mages or whatever. With me getting hit, Monk Dog was able to heal me just in time. You can see Semity and I have just about the same amount of damage, and I'm like, oh shoot, I just about got stack hit again. I better pay attention to what the heck I'm doing. So I tried to do a speed illusion blast, but I didn't even get my innervate on in time. So finally, I got it right there, and we took out the last group. Now here we are, the Warrior Overlord. And this third boss has killed me more times than I'd like to admit. Partly because I had no idea what the shield was that pops up over here. So the shield, it's like you should go and get this, right? And you think it's a shield, but it's not a shield. It just only protects you from the pulse blast that he just shot. I don't know if you saw it, it's like this purple pulse that came out. But it does not at all protect you from the lines that are on the ground. So you run onto one of these lines to get it, and it's like, well, I've got the shield, but these lines on the ground still destroy me, so what's the point? So I was sort of running back and forth between, do I go run to the shield or do I just avoid the lines? I don't know what to do, and basically if you don't have the shield and his pulse blast goes off, you're pretty much toast. At least with our armor level at this point. So, you know, get the shield as much as you can. You run back, you try and do as much damage. If you see the shield show up again, you try and get back the damage. You can see the boss has those circles around him. That means he's about to do this, boom, this purple blast. And I just figured I'd try and get him as close to down as possible. To heck with the shield that time. And what do you know, it worked. So, hope you enjoyed this run through the canals. Really excited to have gotten that one. And we hope to see you on our streams. We do a lot of Dungeon Quest streaming. So join the TDR stream team, sub to the channel. You'll see how to do it right here. I was asking Monk Dog, hey, mind if I put that last run on YouTube? And he said, nope, didn't mind at all. And then said, ooh, I'll sub, let's channel. So be like Monk Dog, everyone. Be like Monk Dog. Sub, have fun, help others in Dungeon Quest, and enjoy the canal.